We start tonight with an I-Team exclusive with many twists and turns. A Kansas City man accused of leading police on a chase in a stolen car that ended in an innocent man's death.
In a surprising twist, 41 Action News has learned that man was released from jail months earlier despite multiple felony charges filed against him. Court records also show he was ordered to stay out of Kansas City, but obviously didn't. I-Team reporter Andy Alcock explains.
Here's the scene of a deadly crash on Lawn Avenue on August 24th. Federal court records claim 19-year-old Darrell Wade was driving a stolen car with Curtis Daniels and Michael Brown as passengers when Wade crashed into Ricky Donaldson's car, killing him. Donaldson, a Chiefs fan and graduate of Southeast High School, was 52 years old. Cindy Juarez ran outside her home when she heard the crash. It's kind of scary, isn't it?
It is scary. That's why we don't let I have two nieces that live here with me. That's why we don't let the kids out here a lot, or our pets out here, just because this is a really bad area where a lot of people wreck a lot.
According to investigators, it all started here at this apartment complex. A man was returning home when Wade and his friends robbed that man at gunpoint. They took his cell phone, then they took his car keys. Then they took off in his car. Kansas City police officers spotted the car about a half hour after it was reported stolen heading southbound on Lister at about 23rd Street. When Wade, Daniels, and Brown saw the officers, court records state they took off. A high-speed chase of about a mile loop ensued, reaching speeds up to 75 miles per hour before it ended with a deadly collision at 23rd and Lawn, killing Ricky Donaldson. Officers arrested Daniels without incident. Brown ran away. Police caught him hiding near this grill in a family's backyard. Court records state Wade limped out of the car, pulled a gun from his waistband, and tossed it on the ground.
We did see the police dog out here, K9. They were looking for something.
Court records show that carjacking and fatal crash arrest was not Wade's first run-in with the law. In August 2019, court records also say Wade and two associates followed two men into and out of here at the Jubilee Market. According to investigators, a short time later, Wade stole one of the men's wallets and then shot him in the knee. The incident was captured on a surveillance camera outside Hope City, a neighborhood church and community center. Pastor Richie Bickle watched that surveillance video.
They just walked up and robbed him, and because he didn't have any money, they actually shot him.
And you could hear that on the tape?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, you could hear that on the tape.
A grand jury indicted Wade on 6 felonies. However, this past April, 8 months after his arrest and charges, court records show Wade asked for and was granted a bond modification. He was released on his own recognizance with a condition he have no contact with the victim, could not possess any firearms, and must live with his mom in St. Louis. Not abiding by that agreement, months later in Kansas City, Wade now faces federal charges in the carjacking and crash.
I think he's one of 100 people I've seen in the exact same situation. This neighborhood is inundated with violent criminals who have been released for violent charges.
Court records show Jackson County Assistant Prosecutor Jordan Burgess did not object to Wade's release from jail in April. A spokesman for the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office said COVID concerns, Wade just turning 19, and his promise to stay with his mom in St. Louis were all factors in Wade's release from jail. Defense attorney Tracy Spradlin, who is not associated with this case, told us the Missouri Supreme Court's Bond Reform Act in 2019 places the burden on the state to keep a suspect in jail. In particular, the state needs to prove the suspect is a flight risk because of missing previous court dates or is a danger to the community. In his original bond document from the 2019 case, it states Wade poses a threat to the victim as he shot the victim while depriving him of his property. Still, Judge Justine E. Del Muro approved his release. In an unusual twist, the I-Team confirmed Wade was in Kansas City police custody 3 days before the carjacking and crash. Doorbell video we obtained shows a scuffle between LaShonda Fowler and Wade's girlfriend and her sister. KCPD records show Fowler met with police at Research Hospital to file an assault charge. We tracked down Wade's girlfriend. She declined to appear on camera but confirmed Wade was there at the time of the scuffle but said he wasn't involved. So it was you, your sister, and your boyfriend, who is Darrell Wade. You were all taken into custody on this issue, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. But none of you did what she claimed?
No, sir.
No, it was false police report. Everything that she said was false.
No charges were filed in the case, and everyone, including Wade, was released from custody. Wade's release came despite an apparent violation of his bond agreement in the 2019 robbery and shooting case. Again, court records show Wade was supposed to be living with his mom in St. Louis. However, a KCPD spokesperson told us, quote, it would not be standard practice for a detention person to have access to a bond order or pretrial conditions, and that the onus to enforce a bond order would be on the courts. A spokesperson for the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office said there's no record to show KCPD ever contacted that office about Wade's detention in the assault claim. For those reasons, Wade was released from custody. Days later, he's accused of the carjacking and crash that killed Ricky Donaldson. I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.
The state's case against Wade is now in the hands of the Cass County Prosecutor's Office. That's because court documents state Ricky Donaldson was the son of a victim's advocate in the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office. Wade currently remains in federal custody on the carjacking and crash charges.